Okay, guys, we're here today. I want here to introduce you to many of you already met her because she's been on some of my lives and other blog or Zooms before. But today we're going to meet again Shellie Anderson of Shel Designs. And we are going, I told you earlier, I said some sneaky leaks, so to speak, that we were going to have an explosion of color throughout 24. And that's going to be coming mainly from Miss Anderson because we had gotten just real excited on all her colorways and so forth. And so I wanted to bring her on this morning because it's coming. And so I wanted to just let her tell you a little bit about herself and where she is and, dying and so forth. What her makeups are dyeing, how she does it and where inspiration comes. But you're on, Miss Shellie.
Come on. Well, first, Angie, I want to thank you so much. I'm so excited about this collaboration, and I'm so thankful that you're going to have my yarns on Purl. It's just
Can't wait.
I know. Me too. Me too. So I have been knitting since for what, 52 years? Yeah.
Not that. No.
Yeah. My grandmother taught me, like most of us. And I started designing about probably 12 years ago. I was fortunate to be the in-house designer for Shibui Knits for about 5 years and learned a ton. It was just an amazing experience for me. And about, gosh, is it 4 years now? I decided that it was time for me to resign and go out on my own and start my own design business and really learn who I am as a designer. Shibui was a really specific aesthetic, which I love that aesthetic, but there are other things outside of that I love to explore with, like more color work, more texture, that type of thing. So I started designing, and then it'll be 2 years in February. My friend Heather of So Happy Jane taught a design yarn with Kool-Aid class on Zoom during COVID. And playing with that color and yarn opened up something in me that like I'm getting goosebumps right now because it's so exciting to have an idea, take some color, mix some colors together, and then come up with, these exciting new things. So I dove headfirst into that. I instantly ordered acid dyes and started dyeing in my kitchen. I'm still dyeing in my kitchen, hoping to get my studio set up in the garage. But yeah, so the combination of the dyeing and the designing has been such an incredible balance for me. I can get a little burnout on writing patterns all the time, so it's just been really good. It's great to have an idea. Like I needed to match these glasses, so I dyed the yarn and knit the sweater, and so
That's
just a
really
good mix.
cool. But you didn't mention anything about your photography. And let me tell you that, I mean, guys, you'll have to follow her at what's your Instagram? Shellie
Anderson.
Shellie Anderson. But and her photography of her floral, I guess, is that what is just the flowers and all of that she's done, and then she takes it to the dye room and she pretty much nails it. And that's what caught my eye when I started seeing all your yarn come out on the post. I was just like, my jaw dropped, how beautiful and rich and wonderful about that. So how did you think about that and how that gets started? Have you been photographing, I mean, for a while?
No, COVID.
COVID.
I'm like, I needed to get myself out of the house a little bit, and having a camera was, I've always kind of been into photography, but I bought a digital camera and I bought some really cool lenses, and it just kind of clicked. So And it's just super fun to see a color. And there's a Pantone app that you can download a photo and pinpoint a color on that photo, and it will pull up the Pantone color that's close to it. So you can see more visually what that solid color would be. So that's really helpful in trying to match colors or come up with a dye recipe that matches a color. But I'm really having fun with that, trying to nail those colors. So
It's amazing. I mean, so you have because I fell in love with the purples, and I know we're going to talk about those others later, but just I've enjoyed seeing everything come out. So but you're over in Oregon, right? Then
yep, I'm in Hillsboro, which is 20 miles west of Portland.
so we're opposite sides of the states, so it's kind of interesting and fun because Shellie and I'll talk a lot in the morning. We're texting back and forth, and of course, you know, morning for me is about 5 to 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and this child is texting me back. So I'm like, I realized that that's what 3 hours earlier. So yeah,
We
it
get up
dawned on
early
me one
here.
morning.
In the dogs, we get up
Well,
between 3 and 4 usually. So
yep. And you have what? How many corgis do you have?
I have 2, and that's plenty.
Okay, yes. Well, I've had Curry's my son's dog for 3 months now. So yeah, two's fine, and I'll be glad to go back to one.
Yeah.
But he enjoys being over here because he's got the yard. So I'll
Yeah.
miss him. But
Yeah.
so that's pretty cool. So what we're really, what's happening is I think the dyeing has been done, or it's been dyed, and the wonderful yarn is heading my way next week. So just in time for me to take it to several stops I've already planned, as well as going to Mississippi. So they're going to see the beautiful stuff you're going to do. So we've got 2 collections, and I love the way you do the collections. So tell me before we go and sneak peek, but what made you come up like with the collection part of it? Was there anything in?
So I get this from my grandmothers and my mom. So things like when we get dressed, we like things to coordinate and go together, right? Not necessarily matchy, but your jewelry, your shoes, all that stuff. And so when I started dyeing, I would find like 2 colors, say in the purples. And I like to see what maybe those 2 mixed together would bring. And so you kind of get a gradient, or like with the berries that I'm going to show you in a minute, I just picked different berries and, wanted them to be able to be mixed and matched. And then within the collection, I'm typically doing 3 tonals and then a hand paint. So, and the hand paint will typically have those 3 colors mixed together. So, you can mix and match with the different bases and, if you want, or just one solid color or the hand paint. So
it's like you can make a couple of accessories and a sweater, and it all kind of go together, but yet it's different colors.
right.
So, pretty cool.
Yeah.
So yes, and like I said, her pictures of her yarn are gorgeous too. You guys will soon see that too. It's just amazing. So we are having what disco collection come out and berry collection come out.
Yep.
So they'll both be and we've done sweater quantities. I think we've got it in fingering, DK, and then the super
Silk lace.
That's that, the Surrey. And
Yeah.
it's
And
what
the
go
Surrey
ahead.
silk lace is a brand new base, and it is a true lace weight, unlike the more sport weight that is typically out there. That one is 328 yards per 100 grams, and the new one is, I think, 437 yards per 100 grams.
Oh, that's
So
nice.
it's a direct swap with mohair silk lace if you don't prefer mohair. So that's what I'm really excited about. And there's no yardage calculations that you have to do if you're swapping it out in a pattern and whatnot. So, and it's a dream to knit with.
I know, and I have done a couple of, well, I've done one thing with it and I love it, but I found that it, sometimes the Surrey's got too much halo or they're really thicky, it just, I know it feels good and everything, but I like this one because it mimicked and went well with the DK and it went well with the fingering, and it just it was a dream to work with. So
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I sample knitter did something and she thought so too. So it was pretty cool.
Good. Very good.
So we're gonna do the you have anything to show us for the disco collection?
Oh, I might. Let me see here. So the three colors, the three tonal colors are, it's electric,
I love
a
it.
real bright blue. And then this one we're calling Disco Ball. It's a gray tonal, nice, really nice balanced gray. And then I mixed the two and came up with, what am I calling it? Do the Hustle.
Oh, I didn't know you combined the two of those. Okay.
I did combine the two. So there's gray in the blue. So they truly go together. And then here's the hand paint.
I thought the hand paint was just amazing. Yep.
You can't really see the gray, but there is some gray in there.
Is that DK and fingering different?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Isn't that interesting? They're the same weight, I mean, same yarn base or makeup, but they're different.
They take the color just a little bit different.
But they're the same. That's interesting.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're pretty much, I mean, they're, it's hand paint. So, there's a little fluctuation there, but I typically use the same amount of dye, same amount of water and all of that. So, but yeah, it's just really interesting. And then here's the Surreys.
Those are beautiful.
Yeah. So Surrey takes the dye a lot lighter than mohair does. So just know that. That it's hard to get a real deep saturation with Surrey, but it just adds that nice little extra color halo if you're holding it with something else.
Tell me what the makeup of these are. They're 100% superwash merino, but they're 19.5 micron.
Yeah, which is close to cashmere.
Okay. That's just amazing. And it feels that way. I love them.
Yeah, it's I think these will be my main bases like forever. So
what is the yardage on the fingering? I didn't have.
Fingering is 437.
Okay.
And sure, you're gonna ask me that. Hold on a second.
I looked and I couldn't find a tag anywhere. So I'm like, what is it?
Okay. Hold on, let me get on my website here.
I should have gone there too. I forgot. But you said the Surrey is around 438, right?
Yeah. So Finito DK is 246.
Okay, that's good.
Per 100 grams.
Okay.
And then the Finito fingering is 438.
Okay.
And the Surrey, so the mohair silk is 459 and the Surrey silk is like 437.
Okay.
So
that's awesome. That's a good yardage.
Yeah.
Especially on the DK, because usually it's, it can go as low as 20. And sometimes you have to buy that second skein just to get a few yards. So
I
like that a lot. We can do a lot of one skeins projects on that. Well, I want to know what the difference is between what, you see hand dyed, but then hand painted. So is hand dyed, hand painted, or hand painted separate, or what's the difference?
Well, I think, so I'm fairly new at this, but I think that hand paint is the whole process, whether
Okay.
it's tonals. I mean, because you're dyeing them by hand, right?
Okay.
You know, I'm dyeing them, whether it's in a pot, in a pan, I'm doing that all by hand. It's
Okay.
that there's no
So that's
machine doing it.
hand dyed.
That's hand dyed. And then
Okay.
hand paint is for me, it's pouring the dye over the yarn and directing where the dye goes and mixing colors. So
Okay.
that's what I'm calling hand paint. A
Okay.
tonal goes in a big pot and
Okay.
it's one color. So
Okay, that makes sense. So you're actually, you are coordinating where that's going to go. Okay, that makes
yeah,
sense. That
yeah.
makes sense a lot. And I had no idea you were doing it in your kitchen. So, I mean, kudos to you. Do you
Yeah.
cook dinner in there too?
Oh yeah, I do. But it's funny. I use my stove for my old stove. It needs replaced, but I'm not replacing it right now because, I'm dying in here.
Yeah.
I have a convection oven that I mostly cook with, and it's on the other side of the kitchen. So, I don't use my big oven. It's just me. So I don't use my big oven much for cooking. So,
Right. Okay,
yeah. Yeah.
fantastic. I
Little
love it.
inside info there. You
Yeah.
want to see some berries?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So, cranberry.
Mm, that looks so
Yeah,
good. I still can't get over the slight difference.
I know.
Mm.
I know. And then here is boysenberry.
Mm.
So it's coming across more pink. It's more purple.
Okay.
So it's coming across a lot pinker. So here is blackberry.
Mm.
And it's really deep too. So this is showing up a lot lighter. This is a really dark purple. So
And is
yeah,
it all three of those are separate?
all three of those are separate. And then here's the hand paint. I love these.
Oh yeah, I like that a lot.
And here's a skein that I haven't wound yet.
Oh
And
wow.
again, more purple in here than what's showing up on the screen.
Right,
But
right. Oh
um,
wow, that's gonna be gorgeous.
and
Now,
I added into the hand paint one of my new pinks.
mhm.
So just to add a little extra
Yeah,
something.
she's
So
always got new things, and I'm like, I can't
I
catch up with
know.
you.
I
So,
know. So
she's always thinking in her mind. So, but I
yeah,
have a feeling you love pinks and purples.
I do.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yes.
So I'm trying to branch out a little, a little more.
Yep, we're gonna
So
have to get some aquas and some teals and some greens and some, and that's
yeah,
fine with me.
I
I
think
like
we need to,
those are the ones I love.
yeah, we need to do the hydrangea one too. That we need to
Yep.
put that on there.
Yes, I do. I had a sneak peek at that one, and so very nice. Um, and the other thing I was thinking of, as far as hand painted one goes, how does it knit up? Is it variegated, or is it just like a tonal but changed in color?
Well,
What?
it depends. It depends on the color saturation, but I'm trying to kind of dye the same way.
Okay.
So there's not a lot of pooling.
Okay. Okay.
The 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 color change is pretty quick in the skein.
Okay.
So I mean, I'm sure I'm not saying that the right way, but
Hey, I
I'm
understand.
not finding a lot of pooling when I'm knitting with a hand paint
Okay. Okay.
for a sweater. So
And there's only a few colors in there, so it's not
yeah,
like heavy variegated where it's got a lot of changes, colors and stuff like that going on.
right,
Okay,
right.
that makes sense.
So
I
yeah,
love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
me
So
too.
you,
Me too.
trying to think. So we've got those two coming, then we've got something coming in,
February.
and then we've got something for March, I think.
We have not settled on March yet. We need
Oh,
to
we
talk about
haven't
it.
figured out that. So we've got to work on that. But
Yeah.
today I know you're going to contribute a pattern to the new one skein project box. So I'm excited
And
about that. And it might have some yarn coming in for something of that too. We're not going to discuss it because it's supposed to be a surprise.
Right.
But I am so excited that that I'm going to just showcase and get your name out as much as I can on this side of the world. What are you in any shops? You're in a few shops on your side of the.
I'm not.
Oh,
You're
you're
my,
doing trunk shows.
I'm doing trunk shows. Yeah.
So
So
I'm
you're my
I'm the one.
wholesale. You're my
Okay.
only wholesale account. Yeah. I may go into a small shop here, but very small. And I really don't want to do much more
Yeah.
wholesaling than that. So,
That makes
so
sense.
you're my wholesale focus.
Well, hopefully we'll get, we get it both sides of it and then we'll come together and do all kinds of stuff. So you
Yep,
never know what might happen on that piece of it.
for sure.
I'm looking forward to it. I told someone today, that I want to deal with people that I like and people that work, we can do things together, because I think that whatever I'm doing to support you is also you're doing to support me, because it's a win-win. I sell your yarn, it's a win for you. And I find sometimes, some vendors or some dyers don't like it that way. They just kind of let the person go off, but and let them, if they sell it, they sell it, they don't care. But I am fortunate that pretty much, all of my independent hires that are, that I know and personally and have worked with, that's the way we work. I do
Yeah,
everything I can to support them, and vice versa. And it's just been fun. So, because I feel like we're friends and that's what we're supposed to do. So,
absolutely. Women supporting women.
that's right. I mean, it's
Yeah.
just, the heck with this, let you just sit out there and try to sell it and not get any support. So, but I'm excited because, like I said, I've got done some of your patterns. So I've got some samples that will be on Purl. Um, and I've got a little leeway before, because the next one coming out, that's the color I'm doing right now. So, but we'll see. I've got a bunch planned for that piece. So, but anything else you've got going on, or
Oh, a lot.
everything?
So
You've been busy.
if you see this bag over here, underneath this bag is my stack of whips. So
Oh,
I have so many projects in the works. So there's just it's just fun for me. It's like I work on one for a while, and lots of new. I've got a new hat pattern coming out hopefully tomorrow if I
okay.
get on the ball. Um, and a new yarn base. We've got a couple more new bases coming out. I'm going to send you. I did a test knit for Melanie Berg for her latest
Oh
Super
yeah.
Bloom shawl. So I'm going to send that to you. You can hang on to it for a while, and
Okay.
it's a fingering and the Surrey silk lace.
Ooh,
Yeah. So it's a beautiful design. So
that's
yeah.
awesome. Yeah, I can't wait. That's good, because see, like you sending me a sample, that helps me so much.
Yeah.
You've also forwarded yarn before to my sample knitter in Maine, Alyssa, and that helps a lot, because samples sell yarn,
Right.
and it's important to do that. So,
For sure.
I was trying to think, there was one other thing I was going to run by you, but it's gone now. So anyway, we
Oh,
both have that.
oh yeah. I mean, I'm going to be 60 in a couple months. So, the memory.
Mhm.
So, and
Oh
we
yeah.
might be bringing in some mini
Oh
skeins.
yes. How many yards are in those minis?
80, I think.
Okay, perfect. Good.
Yeah.
I love mini skeins, and so do my folks. So I'm fixing to post this wonderful, um, uh, one of my customers who, I put the 24 mini skeins together for her. She didn't want the kit advent, because she had known what the colors were. Somebody had leaked them out. So she showed me the project that she wanted to do, and I was able, and I got it. I had so much fun. That's my fun, is pulling the colors all together. And
Yep.
she loved it, and I saw it on the blocking board, and then she sent me a picture today. So I'm going to post that, but it looked great. She loved it, and actually, she can get two more scarves or cows out of it. So
Oh, great.
minis, because I think it was like, I don't know how much color Well, it said 24 colors. I guess she put it in there, but it only used so much, so many rows, so to speak. So, but that's where I love to play and have fun. So that's a good thing. But
Yeah,
well, I'm super excited, and I know
me
we'll
too.
probably get it Thursday.
Yeah,
Um, and I'll have it ready. I'll have to spend a little bit of time putting barcodes on it that can't be read with my thing, but I'm still going to do it. But I have it on my website already geared to make it active. So I'm going to wait and post this video to a couple of places, and then we'll put the press the active button online, and we'll be ready to roll. So,
awesome.
but I thank you so much for all that you do, and for our relationship, and I am just super excited that we can take this and see where it goes.
Me too, Angie. One of these days we got to meet up somewhere.
I know I said this year I was going somewhere so we could meet up. So we'll
Yeah.
keep each other abreast of our plans so we can do it.
Yep. Sounds
All
good.
right. Thank you, my darling. And I will
Thank you.
see you next time.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.